Childhood is often painted as a time of innocence and joy, filled with bright colors and gentle stories on TV. But for many, those early years also included moments of unexpected fear. Sometimes, the very shows meant to comfort us left behind memories that still send a shiver down our spines. Whether it was a strange sound, an unsettling character, or a sudden twist, these moments stuck with us. Why do these seemingly harmless scenes linger so powerfully? Psychologists say young minds are especially sensitive, absorbing every detail without the filters adults develop. The result, what was meant as whimsy can become a source of anxiety. In this video, we'll explore 4 infamous examples of childhood TV trauma, each with its own unique way of creeping into our memories. From surreal birds to villainous numbers, a toy monkey stare, and a bush that echoes your every word, these moments reveal how even the gentlest shows can leave a lasting mark. Let's begin our journey into the hidden side of kids' TV. Easy to dismiss childhood fears as silly, but the truth is, our early experiences with media can shape how we see the world. Experts point out that shows for young children often mix playful visuals with odd or unsettling elements. Sometimes it's a character that doesn't quite fit in, or a sound that feels out of place. These moments can trigger deep-seated fears, like being left alone, losing control, or facing the unknown. For many, the memories of these scenes are vivid even years later. Online forums and social media are full of adults sharing stories about the TV moments that haunted them. It's a reminder that what seems harmless to creators can have a big impact on sensitive viewers. As we look at these 4 examples, think about your own childhood memories. Did any TV moments leave you uneasy? Let's start with a bird that turned bedtime into something to dread. The Night Garden was designed to help children wind down before bed, with its dreamy characters and gentle music. But for many, the toucan among the tittifers was anything but soothing. Unlike the other birds, the toucan appeared alone, playing a haunting solo melody. Its beak never moved and its eyes stared straight ahead, giving it a mechanical, almost lifeless feel. For some children, this bird became a symbol of isolation and unease. Parents reported their kids hiding or crying when the toucan appeared, turning what should have been a calming routine into a source of anxiety. The show's creator wanted to create a peaceful transition to sleep, but the toucan's stark difference from the other characters made it stand out in a way that felt wrong. Online, people still talk about how this bird haunted their dreams. It's a perfect example of how a small design choice can have a big emotional impact. Toucan's effect is a classic case of the uncanny valley, a concept where something looks almost, but not quite, real, making it unsettling. In children's media, this can happen when a character's movements or expressions don't match what we expect. The toucan's fixed stare and lack of animation made it feel less like a friendly bird and more like a strange intruder in the garden. For young viewers, this subtle difference was enough to create a sense of dread. It's a reminder that even small details in character design can have a big psychological impact, especially on impressionable minds. Why did the toucan's song feel so ominous? For many children, bedtime itself can be a source of anxiety. The transition from the busy day to the quiet of night can feel lonely, especially when signaled by a solitary, unmoving bird. The toucan's solo performance, without the comfort of a flock, seemed to echo the feeling of being left alone in the dark. This subtle message, delivered through music and visuals, tapped into a universal childhood fear. It's no wonder so many remember the toucan, with a mix of fascination and unease. Years after watching In the Night Garden, many adults still talk about the toucan online. Forums, wikis, and social media threads are filled with stories of nightmares and bedtime dread. Some even call it one of the top sources of childhood TV trauma. The contrast between the show's gentle world and the toucan's cold delivery made it unforgettable. It's a testament to how powerful even the smallest moments in children's media can be. The toucan's legacy lives on, not just as a character, but as a symbol of how childhood fears can linger long into adulthood. Story of the Toucan shows how even well-intentioned design choices can have unexpected effects. The creators wanted to create a peaceful bedtime routine, but the toucan's unique look and sound had the opposite effect for many. It's a reminder that children's media is a powerful tool, capable of shaping emotions and memories in ways we might not expect. As we move on to our next example, keep in mind how subtle differences can make all the difference in how a scene is remembered. Numberjacks was meant to make math fun with animated numbers solving everyday problems. But for many kids, the show's villains, known as the meanies, were the real stars, and not in a good way. Characters like the Numbertaker, Spooky Spoon, Puzzler, Shape Japer, and Problem Blob each brought their own brand of chaos. The Numbertaker, with his blank face and slow movements, was especially unsettling. He would steal numbers from the world, leaving kids feeling helpless as the heroes scrambled to stop him. The mix of live action and animation made the threats feel even more real, blurring the line between fantasy and reality. The Numbertaker stands out as one of the most memorable villains in children's TV. His silent, slow approach, combined with his odd gadgets, made him feel more like a horror movie character than a math teacher. For many kids, his ability to take numbers from the world, like wheels or bags, felt like a loss of control. The fear wasn't just about the numbers, but about the idea that something important could disappear at any moment. This sense of vulnerability is a common theme in childhood fears, and the Numbertaker embodied it perfectly. Other meanies in Numberjacks added their own layers of fear. Spooky Spoon's strange voice, the puzzler's riddles, and the problem blob's unpredictable slime all contributed to a sense of chaos. For young viewers, these villains turned everyday situations into sources of anxiety. The show was supposed to teach problem solving, but for many, it became a lesson in how quickly things can go wrong. The villains' designs, shoulder pads, slime, and silence, tapped into fears of the uncontrollable. It's no wonder so many adults still remember them with a shudder. One reason Numberjacks Villains were so effective is the show's blend of live action and animation. The animated numbers interacted with real-world objects and children, making the threats feel closer to home. For young viewers, this mix blurred the line between fiction and reality. The idea that a villain could reach into your world and take something away was genuinely frightening. It's a powerful example of how format and presentation can amplify the emotional impact of a story. Today, adults look back on Numberjacks with a mix of nostalgia and lingering fear. YouTube retrospectives and Reddit threads are full of stories about hiding behind couches or having nightmares about the meanies. The show's attempt to make math exciting ended up creating some of the most memorable villains in children's TV. It's a reminder that even educational shows can have unintended consequences, especially when the antagonists feel too real or unpredictable for young minds. Toy Story 3 took the beloved franchise in a darker direction, especially with the introduction of the monkey at Sunnyside Daycare. This symbol-clashing toy served as Lotso's security enforcer, watching over the other toys and alerting the guards to any escape attempts. The monkey's wide, unblinking eyes and mechanical movements made it a symbol of constant surveillance. For many children, the idea of being watched and unable to escape was deeply unsettling. The daycare, meant to be a place of fun, became a prison, and the monkey was its relentless warden. The monkey's role in Toy Story 3 goes beyond just being a scary toy. It represents the fear of being watched and betrayed by those who are supposed to protect you. Lotso's gang rules the daycare through intimidation, and the monkey is the eyes and ears of their regime. For children, this taps into real fears of separation and loss of safety. The scene where the monkey alerts the others during an escape attempt is especially chilling, with its relentless clashing symbols echoing the feeling of being trapped. Toy Story 3's depiction of Sunnyside Daycare as a prison is a powerful metaphor for childhood fears. The toys, once free to play, are now under constant watch, unable to escape. The monkey's presence makes the threat feel inescapable. For many viewers, this mirrored real-life anxieties about being left in unfamiliar places or feeling powerless. The film's ability to explore these dark emotions while still being a family movie is part of what makes it so memorable. The monkey's design is key to its impact. Its mechanical clashing of symbols combined with its fixed expression creates a sense of relentless pursuit. Unlike other toys, the monkey never speaks or shows emotion, making it feel more like a machine than a friend. This lack of humanity is what makes it so frightening. For children, the idea that something meant to be fun could turn against you is a powerful source of fear. The monkey's mute menace lingers long after the movie ends. Today, many fans revisit Toy Story 3 with a mix of nostalgia and unease. The monkey has become an iconic symbol of childhood fears, representing the darker side of growing up. The contrast between the film's cute toys and the dystopian daycare creates a lasting impression. It's a reminder that even animated movies can explore complex emotions and leave a mark on young viewers. The monkey's legacy is a testament to the power of storytelling in shaping our memories. Dora the Explorer is known for its gentle, interactive adventures, but the echo bush in the El Coqui episode took many viewers by surprise. This large, talking shrub repeats every sound loudly, turning a simple obstacle into a source of fear. When Dora and Boots yell, "Ah!" the bush echoes back with a booming reply, opening its mouth wide. For many toddlers, this sudden, exaggerated response was startling. The bush's plant-like face and loud voice created a jump-scare effect in an otherwise calm show. The echo bush's design taps into a common childhood fear, being overwhelmed by loud, unexpected sounds. For young viewers, the bush's booming echoes felt less like a fun game and more like a confrontation. Reddit users recall hiding or crying during this scene, finding the repetition more menacing than playful. The episode's jungle setting added to the sense of isolation, making the bush's sudden outbursts even more intense. It's a reminder that audio surprises can be just as frightening as visual ones, especially for developing senses. Dora's calm demeanor in the face of the echo bush's intensity is meant to reassure viewers, but for many, it only highlighted the bush's unpredictability. The contrast between Dora's gentle approach and the bush's loud, echoing replies made the scene even more jarring. For children, the idea that nature itself could yell back was both fascinating and frightening. The bush's design, with its wide mouth and exaggerated features, turned a simple obstacle into a memorable source of fear. Echo Bush also taps into fears of isolation and mimicry. In the jungle, far from help, Dora and Boots must face a plant that repeats their every word. For some children, the idea of being mocked or echoed by something in nature was unsettling. The bush's exaggerated mimicry turned a playful mechanic into a source of anxiety. It's another example of how interactive elements in children's shows can have unintended effects, especially when combined with surprising audio. Years later, the echo bush is still a topic of conversation online. Reddit threads and fan wikis are full of stories from adults who remember being scared by the bush's loud echoes, some even included in lists of the most unsettling moments in children's TV. The bush's legacy is a reminder that even minor characters can leave a big impression, especially when they tap into universal fears. It's a testament to the power of sound and design in shaping childhood memories. What makes these moments from kids' shows so memorable and so haunting? It comes down to how our brains process fear and surprise. Childhood is a time when we're learning about the world, and unexpected or unsettling experiences can leave a deep mark. Whether it's a strange bird, a silent villain, a mechanical monkey, or a booming bush, these scenes tap into universal fears. They remind us that even the safest spaces can hold surprises, and that our early memories are shaped by more than just the happy moments. Children's media is more than just entertainment. It's a powerful tool for shaping emotions and beliefs. The examples we've explored show how even small design choices can have a big impact. Whether intentional or not, these moments reveal the importance of understanding how young viewers process what they see and hear. For creators, it's a reminder to consider the emotional effects of every character, sound, and story. For viewers, it's a chance to reflect on how our favorite shows shaped who we are today. One of the most interesting things about these childhood traumas is how many people share them. Online communities are full of stories from people who remember the same moments, often with surprising detail. It's a reminder that we're not alone in our fears, and that the things that scared us as children often scared others too. These shared experiences can be a source of comfort, helping us laugh at what once seemed terrifying. They also show the power of media to connect us, even through our anxieties. As adults, revisiting these moments can be both funny and unsettling. Some people find comfort in rewatching the scenes that once scared them, while others still feel a chill. Nostalgia plays a big role, turning old fears into stories we share with friends and family. It's a way of making sense of our past and understanding how we've grown. Whether we laugh or cringe, these memories are a part of who we are. Parents and caregivers play a crucial role in helping children process scary moments in media. By talking about what's frightening and offering comfort, they can turn a negative experience into a learning opportunity. It's important to remember that every child is different. What scares one may not bother another. Being aware of how children react to media can help adults guide them through their fears and build resilience. Teaching children about media, how it's made, why characters act the way they do, and how to separate fiction from reality can help them navigate their fears. Media literacy is an important skill, even for the youngest viewers. By understanding the choices behind what they see, children can feel more in control and less afraid. It's a valuable lesson that can last a lifetime. If you ever felt uneasy watching a kid's show, you're definitely not alone. The moments we've explored are just a few examples of how children's media can leave a lasting impression. Whether it's a strange bird, a silent villain, a toy monkey, or a booming bush, these scenes remind us of the power of storytelling. They also show that it's okay to feel scared sometimes, and that those feelings can connect us to others who felt the same way. Everyone has their own story about a TV moment that stuck with them. Maybe it was something small, or maybe it was a scene that changed the way you saw the world. By sharing these stories, we can help others feel less alone and maybe even find some humor in our old fears. Childhood is full of surprises, some scary, some wonderful, and every memory is worth exploring. Thanks for joining us on this nostalgic journey through the hidden traumas of kids' TV.